Well, what I can say straight off, if we had more reps like Chris, we would have a transformed trade union movement.
The Keep Grangemouth Working campaign was set up in the aftermath of the announcement that the Grangemouth refinery would cease operation. That was an announcement made in November 2023, and Unite decided to mobilise to force political pressure on the issue because there was too much inaction in terms of the closure proposals, but also now campaigning for future-proofing that site.
He's raised the profile of deindustrialisation, he's raised the profile of a just transition for oil and gas, and also the community in Grangemouth as well.
Unfortunately, what we've seen at Grangemouth is the unjust transition, and what I mean by that is the closure of the Grangemouth oil refinery, the loss of thousands of jobs, and no credible alternatives yet at the site, or indeed the wider area.
This is actually a relatively young rep and activist who put himself at the head of campaigning, communications, door-to-door mobilisations, doing incredibly high-profile interviews, political lobbying and campaigning, and actually represented something very pure and profound, the need for workers not to be constantly made to pay for crises that we don't create.
We had two marches. We had our march in Grangemouth, which was fantastic. You know, we marched past INEOS, we marched past the refinery gates, and we also had a march with Unite General Secretary in Edinburgh, where we marched on the Scottish Parliament. Chris was front and centre in those marches and the organising of it.
And the purpose of all of that stuff was again to raise the profile of the closure. In every case, when we did have one of these events, it was national news the same day. So we did impact in terms of the political environment and the political agenda on Grangemouth, and that's what we set out to do. And I'm pleased to say that we did raise the profile of the issue.
The prolonging of oil and gas is as important as we need it, but a just transition needs to be that the workers have something to transition to.
I'm absolutely honoured to be first and foremost nominated for the award, but to also win it. But it's, as we're saying, that the Keep Grangemouth Working campaign and the wider Grangemouth activities wouldn't have been possible without a wider support group of activists, colleagues, reps, officers, organisers and a regional secretary in terms of achieving this. So although it's great to win the award, it certainly isn't all just about one individual.
Seeing a young rep and activist given such a profound and powerful lead lifts us all and shows us what we can actually do. So huge congratulations, and everyone in Unite is incredibly proud of what you've achieved.